Time now for sports and the law. And so we welcome in our legal analyst, Steve Moskowitz, once again for his weekly visit. And let's start with something we were just talking about with Tim and Michael, and that is Coco Crisp, who actually is playing in a game today. He has an option on his contract that if he plays in 130 games, he gets a $13 million vesting option for 2017. He'd have to play in almost every remaining game this year for that to happen. And he's not playing that well. And he's upset that the A's aren't playing him. Is there, if you're his agent or his lawyer, something you can do about it?
The team has the right to make a business decision, and the bottom line is, no, they don't want to give him $17 million for next year or cut him, let him go cut loose and get an extra $9 million. That's just basically a business decision, exactly what you were saying right before I came on air. It's a business, and they're going to do what's most profitable. He's not been playing well. Why give him all that money? And the team is certainly within their rights to decide who they're going to play and who they're not. That's a contract he negotiated, and that's the whole idea of contracts. Parties set their conduct for some time in the future, and then if one of them doesn't like it, too bad. They signed the contract.
Understanding all that, let's go through a hypothetical scenario here. Let's say the A's still were the same team. There was no chance that they would make the playoffs, but Coco Crisp was actually playing well. This one's easy. He's not playing that well. If he was playing really, really well, and you'd say under most circumstances or all circumstances, a player playing this well would be playing in these games, would then his agent maybe have, would that give his agent the gall, perhaps, to file some sort of grievance?
The agent has, I'm sure the agent has lots of gall,
and gall might not be the right word,
of how he's playing. But the bottom line is, even if he were playing well, the team then makes a business decision. Do they want to be bound by this contract or not? This is their way out.
Is this a good thing to put in contracts?
Depends which side of it you're on, and the whole idea is you don't know what's going to happen, because a lot of times it goes the other way. The team is saying, well, look, we're concerned you're going to get hurt, and it's not going to be a benefit to the team. That's why they put these clauses in these contracts.
All right, let's talk about the Olympics. For honor, for nation, for legacy, and for cash, Olympians who win gold medals get a bonus of $25,000. Olympians who win silver get $15,000, and Olympians who win bronze get $10,000. Now, there are some in the community of lawmaking that would like to see these winnings be untaxable. Is there any chance of that happening?
Yes, at the federal level. They did it last Olympics, and right now there's a bill just getting ready to pass where they're going to exempt, and you will not have to pay federal taxes. However, California says, oh, no, we'd lose $100,000, pay. So we have a very difference of opinion between federal, where they're not going to be paying taxes, and California, where they are.
So athletes who are California-based would pay a state tax.
But not federal.
But not a federal tax. Is this common? Are other states going after this money, or is California alone in that?
California is the most aggressive state in the union. We do cases from all over, but they're very, very aggressive in California. And again, the feds are exempting. They don't exempt a lot of stuff, but again, the honor of it, it's a big deal. California, they just want the money. That's why so many people, so many businesses are leaving California.
All right, and so many athletes we see are California-based, a few Stanford as well.
Well, maybe, but a lot of times the question is, they play here, but they don't live here to save the taxes. That's a big deal with the athletes when guys come here.
And I guess if you're an amateur, that's a whole other thing, right, at this point. Let me ask you about the NHL. There's a class action suit, former NHL players that say, hey, we fought a lot in the sport in hockey. That was something that the league encouraged or endorsed.
Enforcers.
And that led to brain injuries and CTE and concussions and all of this.
Well, it might have.
And it might have. The NHL says no, there's no connection between hockey and CTE.
They better be careful, because he just testified in Congress. What are you talking about? We used the best possible medical science at the time. And one of the things he says, look, this is very different than football. Football, the guys are a lot of times helmet to helmet. Here, it was fist to face. It's a different story. And then you take a look at boxing, where boxing, that's a major part of it, is fist to face. So the bottom line is, once again, they're saying, look, they didn't know, which is essentially what the people said in football, but there they had the smoking gun with that report that they hid. That would be the damage.
Your option has vested. $13 million next week if you come back.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Steve, very much. Appreciate it. And thanks for watching.